Hi guys, you are welcome. This is SVJ Fashion here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to draft a basic bodice block with waist dart and under bust dart. So if you're interested, do watch this video to the end, and if you're a beginner, you want to watch this video to the end, don't skip any part, because in this video I'm going to share some basic tips that you need to know in drafting your own pattern. So do well to watch this video to the end. Like the video, share it if you find it helpful, and subscribe to the channel to join our community. You will be needing the following body measurement to draft this basic bodice block. So guys, get all these measurements ready and let's continue. Okay, from the top edge of your pattern paper, mark down 1 inch, just as I'm doing in this video. And once I'm done marking down the 1 inch, I'm going to connect all the points with a straight ruler. This line will serve as our starting line and also our shoulder line. Okay, next from the side there, I'll mark 1 inch from the top to the bottom of this pattern paper. I will connect the point into a straight line, and this will be my zipper allowance. For the zipper allowance, you can use between 1 to 2 inches. This depends on you. Now I want to cut the front and the back of this bodice together. So I need an amount of pattern paper to work with. What I'm going to do is to divide the biggest part of my upper body by 4. In my own case, the biggest part of my upper bodice is my box. So yours might be your waist, whichever one. Divide it by 4 plus extra inches for allowance. Then whatever you have, mark it. Connect all the points into a straight line. And this will be for the back bodice, while this for the front bodice. The next step is from the starting line. You are going to mark down your waistline measurement on both the front and the back of the pattern. I will explain the reason why later. Just mark it. Once you are done, connect all the points into a straight line. So this is the front waistline, not the back waistline, okay?
Our hearts beat to the city streets.
Next, from the starting line, mark down your shoulder to chest line measurement. To get your shoulder to chest line measurement, use this formula. Your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. So if your bust circumference is 38, divide it by 6, it will give you 6.33 plus 1.5, which will give you 7.83, right? When you approximate it, it will give you 8. So 8 inches plus 1 inch shoulder slope, it will be 9 inches. Now your shoulder to chest line is what? 9 inches. Next, go ahead and mark your bust point line. That is from your shoulder to bust point. Mine is 10.5. Make sure yours and mark it there. Mark this only on the front bodies. And once you are done, go ahead and connect the points. And guys, we are done marking the front vertical lines. So now let's mark the back waistline. From the starting line, mark down your back waist length. Mine is 15 inches, so I'm going to mark 15 inches here and here. And once I'm done, I'm going to connect all the points into a straight line. And this will be my back waistline, okay? Not the initial one we mark, just ignore that one. So this is our back waistline. The front and the back waist length is not the same because of the bust at the front. So that bust at the front add to the front length. So you see why I said you should ignore that one. Now we are done with the vertical measurement for both the front and the back bodies. Let me explain what I did for the sake of beginners. This is my starting line, which is also my shoulder line. These two lines here is my center back, CB, and the other one is my center front, CF. So this is my back bodice and this will be my front bodice. Okay, I want to cut the two together. The lead line and the middle is the side line. Hope that is clear. The next thing I did was to mark the vertical measurement. That is the measurement along your bodice. From the shoulder line, I marked down 9 inches, which is my chest line. Okay, and from there I marked down 10.5 inches for my bust point. Please use your measurements here. And from there I mark my front waist length, which is 17 inches. Moving on to the back bodies. From the shoulder line down, I mark 9 inches for my chest line. The chest line for the front and the back is the same. So now the bust point, we don't have it at the back. That is why I exclude it. Now the waistline for the back is 15 inches. Can you see the difference? The difference is 2 inches. This is because of the bust at the front. Okay, so for some persons it might be 1 inch, 1.5, or even 3 inches. This depends on how full your bust is. Okay, I hope you understand this part. Please, if you do, like this video, and if you don't, ask your question in the comment section. I'll be there to answer all your questions. Okay, and let's continue. The next step is to mark half of your shoulder to shoulder measurement on the shoulder line. Mine is 14 inches, so 14 divided by 2 is 7 inches. I will mark that from the center front shoulder line. I'll mark 7 inches. Then I'll come to the center back shoulder line. I'll also mark the same 7 inches. And once I'm done, I'll go over to the chest line of the center back. I'll mark the same 7 inches. This will enable me get a straight line. I'll do the same thing at the front chest line. Okay, starting from the center front chest line, I'll mark 7 inches. Then I'll connect the point into a straight line, and this is my armhole depth line. I hope you guys understand. If you don't, ask your question. The next step is to mark the shoulder slope. Shoulder slope for the back is 1 inch. That is what I'm marking there. And for the front, the shoulder slope for the front is 1.5 inches. This is because our front and our back shoulder slope are not equal. Now that I'm done with the shoulder slope, the next step is to place the neckline measurement. So the neck width for the front is 3 inches, while the neck depth for the front is also 3 inches. This is standard. I'm going to square this up and next create the neckline curve with my French curve ruler.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like...
For the back neck width is 3 inches, while the neck depth is 1 inch. I will connect the points together with my curve ruler.
We rise like tall buildings as a can.
Now once that is done, the next step is to connect our shoulder slope line. Remember, from this armhole depth line, I came down by 1 inch for the back shoulder slope. So I'm going to connect from the neck width point down to the 1 inch point using my straight ruler. For the front shoulder slope, I came down by 1.5 inches. Hope you guys still remember. So now I'm going to connect from this point to this point using my straight ruler. Do you have any question? If you do, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I will answer them. And if you're getting value, please like this video. Now that we are done with the shoulder slope line, the next step is to create our armhole curve. To create the armhole curve, mark quarter of your bust circumference on the chest line. My bust circumference is 38, so 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So that's what I marked there, and I'm going to mark the same thing at the back bodice, 9.5. Make sure yours are mark it there. Okay, next measure your armhole depth line. Whatever you have, divide it by 2. Mine is 7.5 inches. When I divide it by 2, I have 3.75. Now make a point there, and from that point, measure down what you have there. Whatever you have, mark it at the back armhole depth line. So this part must be equal for both the front and the back. Next, on the front point mark, go in by 0.5 inch. The reason is because our front armhole is deeper than our back armhole. Hope that is clear. Now from the back, we'll go in by 0.25. This is optional. Okay, if your back is straight, just leave it straight. Next, I will connect the 3 points together using my curve ruler. But in order to do that, we have to go in from here by 1 inch diagonally. We are going to mark 1 inch diagonally. Okay, so this will serve as a guide for us to curve our armhole. Now once we are done with that, we are going to use our French curve to connect it, making sure that our curve ruler touches all the 4 points. Now that we are done with the front armhole curve, we are going to move over to the back to create our back armhole curve. For the back armhole curve, you remember that we went in here by 0.5. So now I'm going to connect the 3 points together using my French curve ruler. Okay, I hope this is clear. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section, and if you are getting value from this video, please do well to like and subscribe. The next step is to create our waist dart. Oh, so sorry guys, I don't know, my camera stopped recording, but let me explain to you guys what I did here. So from the center front on the bust point line, I marked half of my nipple to nipple measurement. Then I also marked the same thing at the waistline, and I connected the points into a straight line. Hope that is clear. Next, I came down from the bust point line by 1 inch. Then on the waistline, I also marked ½ inch on both sides of the dart line. That means I'm using 1 inch for my waist dart intake. Now I'll connect the half inch to meet the 1 inch point I marked down from the bust point line. Okay? I hope this is clear. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. And if you are getting value from this video, like and share the video. Subscribe if you are yet to do so. This is a way of saying thank you for my effort. Okay? So do well to like this video if you are getting value from it. Next, for the back dart intake, we are going to repeat the same thing we did for the front dart. Okay? From the center back on the chest line, mark 3.5 inch. That is half of your nipple to nipple measurement. Repeat the same thing on the waistline, 3.5 inches. Then you are going to connect the 2 points into a straight line, just as you see me doing in this video. And once that is done, the next step is to come to the chest line and come down by 1 inch. So once I'm done marking that 1 inch, I'll go to the waistline. I'll take ½ inch on both sides. That is 1 inch for my dart intake. Then I'll connect them to the 1 inch point I marked down. Okay?
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel.
The next step is to tighten the back waistline to eliminate excess folding at the back. Remember, our back is not straight, it is bent. So we need to tighten that part so that it will not be folding after making our garment. Okay? Now to do that, we are going to come in from the waistline by ½ inch. Then I'll divide this line by 2. That is from the shoulder to the chest line. Okay, so whatever you have, make a point there and connect from the ½ inch point to meet that point using my straight ruler. And guys, this is how you tighten your back to avoid any fold at the back. Okay, if your back is deep, you go in by 1 inch. This depends on the person. Okay, don't just assume. Next, from the new center back line on the waistline, I will mark quarter of my waist circumference, which is 8.5 inches for me. I will replace the 1 inch we use for the dart intake. And next, guys, we are going to connect this point to our side chest point, like so, and we are almost done with the back pattern of this bodice.
Our hearts beat.
Next, come to the front waistline and mark quarter of your waist circumference. Mine is 8.5 inches, so I'll mark it there and I will replace the 1 inch dart intake. I will add it here. Then I'll connect this point to the chest line to create the side shape. Once this is done, the next step is to add our zip allowance of 1 inch to the center back. To do that, I'm going to start from the new center back line and mark 1 inch from the waistline all the way to the neckline, following the new shape, and I'll connect all the points together, and this is our zipper allowance. If you notice, the back side is 6 inches. Did you see that? While the front side is 8 inches. This is because of these 2 inches here, because our back waist length and our front waist length are not the same. In order to make them equal, I will come to this bust point line and come down by that 2 inches. Next, I'm going to come to the nipple line on the same bust line and come out by 1 inch. So after marking that, I'm going to connect the 2 points together to create my bust dart line. Okay, and once that is done, the next step is to find the midpoint, which is 1 inch. That is 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then I'm going to connect this to meet the bust point line, like so, with my straight ruler. So by the time I close the dart line now, the 2 sides will be equal. So guys, that is it with this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please give this video a giant thumbs up, like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Please make sure you share this video with your other soul mate, so that they will also see it, especially the beginners. And I will see you guys in my next video where we'll be cutting and sewing this pattern. Until then, keep practicing, because practice makes perfect. Okay guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.